Last week, there were hints that the Citizens Coalition for Change leader, Nelson Chamisa, may form a new political party in the wake of the chaos created in the 2-year-old CCC party by some of his power-hungry colleagues. Hello viewers, hello listeners, hello everyone. Thank you once again for joining me on Team Ups TV. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're coming here for the first time. If you're regular, just do the usual. Please like and comment. Also share our videos so that you won't miss any of the content that we share here. Because what we do is we give you current affairs in real time. So if it is true, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the direction the young politician has decided to take, it will be a record third time he will be forming an opposition party in just over 5 years after first creating the MDC alliance together with Strangrai and also going to Congress and rebranding it as his own. Then he went on to form the CCC, and now there is this story that he is actually setting up a new party, another party. If indeed this is true, that is, if he has not already created the party, which we understand might be called Democratic Alliance in Zimbabwe or Democratic Alternative in Zimbabwe, we would like to really wish him a lot of luck, because he truly needs tons of it in the new endeavor. This is the most sane thing to do anyway, given that the CCC is virtually now a corpse awaiting burial. While we honestly wish him well for the sake of democracy in a country where egalitarianism, freedom of association and expression are increasingly thinning by the day, we would, however, wish to give Chamisa some advice. That is, if he is in a position to take some, and that is if he really intends to form a new party. So given what has happened to the CCC party, whereby an individual has had the audacity to rip open the hearts of thousands of Zimbabwean voters by stealing their will in broad daylight, as he presently and single-handedly record their legislators and councillors of choice from parliament and councils, we suggest that Chamisa should get it right from the beginning. Yes, Chamisa should get these things right from the beginning, so as to avoid the situation that happened with CCC. By this, we mean to say that in democracy, there is consensus which carries the day, and obviously MDCA and CCC were never created by majority agreement, which is why political whistles in the form of Douglas Munzora and Sengezo Chavangu managed to tear apart these seemingly strong two parties. All these political soldiers of fortune did was to exploit a glaring fault line in the foundation of the opposition outfits, which was that the parties were never birthed by the people. In other words, if Chamisa has decided to form a new party, he should create a constitution, since he is the one with the idea, and then he should invite followers to endorse the constitution, wherein it should clearly state how the party leadership will be selected. So he should form a constitution himself, because he is the one who is believed to have the following, to have the people, to have the masses. So he should create that constitution and seek for followers who can endorse his constitution. For democracy and posterity's sake, Chamisa should stand in an election to be selected as the leader of the party, even if he is the brainchild. If he is confident that people have confidence in his leadership, he should never be afraid to challenge a ballot. It follows that everyone else chosen into the party's leadership should come from the party supporters. Yes, after creating this constitution, Nelson Chamisa must indeed go to an election. He must not be afraid of standing in against anyone who perceives he or she can challenge him at the president. And Chamisa should not continue to be afraid of Mos, because this is a reality which will forever haunt him. And an opinion piece elsewhere in this publication speaks quite succinctly to this issue of infiltrators. Yes, we did a video that spoke of infiltrators before, and we are also saying that this will always be there. So Nelson Chamisa must not be afraid of those. In a recent post that he did, he actually spoke of sellouts within the struggle who are selling out for 30 pieces of silver. So with that knowledge and with what has been happening, Nelson Chamisa must always know that there will always be moves within any party. So you need a tight and unambiguous constitution, which will however create a foolproof political system which reduces political machinations to the barest minimum, albeit never to eliminate them, because that you never do. You never eliminate moves, you never eliminate infiltrators, but the best way with which you can go is to keep them at the most minimum level. So this is what simply lacked in all these parties that Chamisa has helped create in the past. So this is why we are sincerely calling on the young man to get it right from the word go. If he decides to go it alone and involve a few people close to him, you will again regret and probably sound the death knell to his political career. Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, if he is indeed to form another party which goes it wrongly again, that might be the abrupt end to the career of the young man who has been very, very promising on the front. He's been promising how he rose through the ranks in the MDC and how he formed the CCC, and also being at one stage claimed to be the most popular politician in Zimbabwe. And he has been a history maker ever since he came to parliament very young. He broke the record of being the youngest parliament. I think by then he also came to government very young. When he was the Minister of ICT, I think he was the youngest in that government. So all these were pointing out to be a very good career for Nelson Chamisa. But what is actually happening now on the ground is that it seems as if all that is going to waste. People still believe in him, but others, and a sizable number of those, are now beginning to lose hope and trust. So many voters are obviously very angry and frustrated by what has been happening and is still happening in the opposition CCC. And if he gets it right this time around, he is guaranteed of getting even more support despite the tough political environment. So he just says to revise his strategies, to reconsider, to rethink and see what needs to be corrected, what needs to be left like that, who needs to go away, and how can he really involve everyone, every citizen this time around, like what they are dealing with the CCC. But this time they need to even include people with from the formation to the choosing of the structures, not to sort of like impose people like what happened with CCC. We woke up knowing that Costello is now what Zema is now what Promising Finance is now what without a proper structure. So if he repeats that again, he will be history in the near future. Unlike a situation where he creates a constitution, I think he must create a constitution which is like the other one that is submitted as a CCC constitution. He should create something like that, form the new party with such a constitution that even is his name, if he wants to go that extent, or even just be open to the election, but he states that he himself should either recall people or endorse people or whatever. But I don't know what that will have to do now with the MPs that are currently under the CCC banner. Will they have to give up their seats and join him? We've already seen that some did not want to take the route that he had chosen to stand in as CCC candidates, and they went as independent candidates. So how much more would they agree if they are to be said, you guys should drop CCC, we are now going to DAZ, we are now going to the democratic alternate in Zimbabwe? They might not follow him. So it's a tricky position for the young man, You really need to think through and get it right this time around. And no one can around in when you want to reply.